So, hold on. Let's back up. Let's stop and because I don't think we're done with Dragonfly just yet.
Yeah. So some of Dragonfly's abilities have changed, and there's a lot going on in there, and I'm not sure if I can keep up with the video.
Yeah.
But
we could play it again.
Yeah, but the Dragonfly's abilities have changed to really make sure that each one has its own specific purpose. So Healing Pillar stayed ostensibly like everyone knows and loves it.
Yeah.
It does a really good job of telegraphing to your friends who might not know that there's someone that wants to help them.
Yep.
And so you throw it on the ground, it makes a lot of noise, it creates an area, and everyone knows to jump in it. And so we kept that one mostly the same. Whereas Healing Ball, that kind of fulfilled a very similar role and it was really tough to use.
Yeah.
So Healing Ball now acts as our clutch heal. It heals instantly, but it also heals even more depending on how much health the target you're healing is missing.
Yep.
So if a target is like really high health, you can top them off, but it's not going to be super useful. Whereas if they're like down to 0%, like down to 1%, it'll heal up to 300% is normal healing capacity. So it acts as like a really strong clutch heal. Additionally, it also blocks healing on enemies. So if you run into like a chosen healing drone, for instance, you can hit them with your healing ball, and it'll dampen your enemy's ability to be healed.
Nice.
So it kind of pulls double duty depending on maybe you lead in with it. Maybe that's how you alpha strike your enemy, and that's how you lead into the charge. Because you're going all offense with your team, and that's what's going to be helpful. You want to end it quickly.
Yep.
And then Emergency Response is one of my favorite abilities that the Dragonfly has. So Emergency Response, before it shot you, forward some.
Yeah, it was like a big leap.
Yeah, but in looking at sort of what that class was supposed to be doing, we just didn't feel it fell fully in line with how we wanted them to be playing, and we wanted some way that the Dragonfly could be hyper responsive. You don't always have line of sight to that target that you're trying to heal. You can't always get there soon enough to be able to reliably hit one of your abilities or even use your healing tether from your primary weapon because it's kind of short range. And so Emergency Response now, even through cover, will teleport you to a targeted ally under your reticle. So if you're in a squad, for instance, you'll see them through terrain, and you can just pick them out. Like, I know they're low health, boop, and then you teleport straight there.
So it goes through collision.
It goes through collision, goes through anything. It's just range. Are you within the fairly generous range of this teleport? And you're just going to zip straight to your ally, do an AoE healing pulse when you arrive, and then get a buff to your healing output for a short duration.
That Dragonfly love. That's really cool. So that's really, I think. That's a massive improvement. Sorry, Mika.
Relive this like every day.
This was my favorite part, though.
Guys, I'm hoping.
Boop.
Oh, never mind.
Not really.
And so I kind of wonder now. So they've been looking at this. Oh, by the way, so this is the thing you were seeing on the forums.
Yes. So this is what Phobos has been trying to spoil. Last time we showed off the battle frames, we showed off the Accord battle frames in a core combat test zone, which was like an airy space repurposed with BSP all over it.
Right, and we use it for like really controlled testing. It keeps the number of variables that are changing to a minimum.
This is actually a piece of content that will also be available on PTS for level 30 players.
Yes.
Right? This is an always maximum thing. This is a new game type called Holdout. So you're in this area, and you're basically defend the repulsor against endless waves of Chosen.
Yep. So we built. We wanted to make sure that there was always some way that even our most skilled players could find a challenge in our game, and also that you can always sort of scale into, no matter how good, no matter how well geared you are, how good you are, how well synergized you are with your team. There's going to be something that really, tests your mettle, and so we built a game mode that infinitely scales. And so you're defending Jericho, a base, while some automated drones are trying to extract resources from it, all while under the duress of Chosen assault. The Chosen are going to keep coming, and the base will fall. So your goal is just to hold out for as long as possible. And then every 5 rounds, an extraction dropship comes in and gives you the option to leave, and that's how you sort of cash out.
Yeah.
And so you have these moments where you go, I know next round is going to be harder. Do I want to cash out now and get my rewards? Or do I want to press my luck and try and stay for one more?
Yeah.
And the longer you stay, the better rewards you get. And then if you fail, you get half rewards.
If you get defeated, yeah, you get rolled back to the reward, the tier you completed, and then you get half of that.
Yes, yeah.
So you're going to want to pick that moment of when you want to cash out. So yeah, that's a really, I'm really excited for that game type. We've had, it's been really intense. Those play tests that we've been going through, we've only made it, I think when Mika and I did it with Brad, I think we made it to round 8. or
That
9?
was 10.
Was it 10?
I want to say 10.
We've
that was part of us.
Yeah, internally we've gotten as high as like 12 or 13. We really expect the community to really prove us wrong.
Yeah, they're going to
and
go
hit,
way
like,
beyond us.
and hit 20. But we've also sort of accounted for that. Like we know that our community is when they really put their minds to it, they can do things we never expect. So.
They find all the broken synergies and
well, yeah, but like synergies,
powerful synergies.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
yeah,
I'm sorry.
yeah.
I don't
There's
mean
a big
broken.
difference,
Give
yeah.
more credit
There
than
is
that,
a very
Frank.
big difference.
Yeah.
You're
Give more
absolutely
credit.
correct there. But yeah, that's going to be a really, and we're going to have a blog on that on Tuesday. Yes, we're planning to release a blog on Holdout on Tuesday, but we wanted to pair it in with the battle frames, because what better way to show off the advanced battle frames than in an endless dungeon?
And an endless war.
Yes. So next up, the battle frame we want to show off was Bastion,
Yeah, so.
which is another fan favorite.
Naturally, he's got minions. Who doesn't like minions? And so, yeah, I played a lot of Bastion. And so when I came to work here, I sort of had this wish list of like, oh, as a Bastion, I really wish I had X, Y, and Z. And then I got the opportunity to really sort of fulfill those wishes. So what you're going to see here is his new primary weapon, which is the proximity mortar. And so what this weapon does is the primary fire launches grenades that can attach to targets or any terrain, kind of like you guys are used to. But they detonate on proximity. So you can create minefields that the enemies are going to have to run through, and they're just going to set off. Additionally, you can also create healing mines or repair mines. And they have no offensive capability whatsoever.
Yep.
But that web you see on the ground are these little mines attaching repair tethers to all the nearby deployables and repairing them over time. And it's not just turrets, it's any deployable.
It's any deployable.
So healing generator, Sentinel pod,
overclocking
Teleporter.
station.
Yep.
Teleport peak.
Yes. We know that one works.
Oh, we
for
haven't gotten
sure.
there yet. Hold on. Slow down. That's another great ability
Foreshadowing.
change.
Yeah. And so the Bastion sort of has, especially with the battery power, that change. He's got what I kind of view as he's got this pack of hungry dogs that he has to keep fed.
Yeah.
And you can with the Tesla rifle, you can feed one dog really well, and you can keep him up under a lot of strain. But when you have so many, it's hard to split your attention. And so this weapon leans itself towards having just tons and tons of deployables, because just about everything he has multi-deploy. Mm-hmm. And then also with shield wall. His ability, and we've done some slight renaming on some of the shield abilities to make them more clear. So his ability is called Shield Wall, and what Shield Wall does is kind of what you guys remember. It has max deploy now, but we really wanted to make sure it was useful, because there's a lot of circumstances where you're just like, why am I using this? And with enemies being so much more lethal, having cover on demand is huge.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
also the health is much higher, because it's sort of an equalizer. No one can shoot through it. So we wanted to make sure it had enough health that it's something you could trust. It was so it comes down at level 30 right now. It's got 60k, about 6 times more hit points than a player does. So it's enough that you can actually get behind it and get some stuff done. It's really great for reviving. That's kind of one of my favorite purposes for using it.
In that shot there, but previously it held up against the Juggernauts, the Elite Juggernauts onslaught while you were reviving someone.
Mika. Yeah.
I wasn't gonna say it.
I mean, it was a Dragonfly.
Hey, everybody went down. It was
so-
a little editorial license.
Oh, you should have seen the playthrough we did with Rico and Carly.
Yeah. Additionally, the Sentinel pod, it just doing raw repair and pulsing this damage really fed in, it didn't have a defined role.